Hey there, heroes. It's Emmett back again with Haven for Heroes. We're doing another No Comics for Old Men. What did we sell on eBay? We had a pretty good weekend. Through Monday, the last sale happened last night and sent an invoice and all got done. So we're going to go through it about as many items as the first time. So this is going to be episode 2. But we made a little bit more money. So there was a little bit of higher dollar stuff. So first off, we sold Marvel Spotlight 7, 8, and 9. Okay, there's 7, 8, and 9. This came in the collection with the She-Hulk. So if you go back and watch that video, you'll see that I have multiple copies of 8 and 7. But only had the one copy of 9. That sold for $38.77 on auction, which I don't do a lot of auctions, but it did sell. And then the next thing that sold was a Wii game, WWE 12. There we go. Not in the greatest condition. It sold for $7.20. And then we sold the Demon Blade. It's a Nintendo Wii game. Maramusa, I guess is how you say it. And that sold for $18.56. This is a very clean copy, and it had the book and the game, so it sold very well. Next is Warriors 3, Orchi the Ultimate. That sold for $8.40, and this is disc only. I say disc only even though it has a case. This is a facsimile of the cover. This is a blank case that we have, and then we print out the covers. So that's that one. Then I sold another Batman 3 Jokers, 1 in 25. So that's the second one going out, and that sold for $39.99. And then we sold the Big Book of Holiday Crochet. You're like, what? Emmett, you're a comic book shop. You're a gaming store. Why do you have a big book of crochet? Well, Emmett likes to go to yard sales. And if I see something that will sell, I buy it, especially when you can buy them for $0.25. All the books that I bought a bunch of these crafting books, mostly crocheting and knitting. And I bought, like I said, I bought this for $0.25, and it sold for $15.92. So that's a pretty good come up, right? That was free shipping, but that is able to go media mail, so that's only $2.80 shipping. Next was GI Combat number 88, 10-cent book. This is a sniper cover. That sold for $16. I think I had it up for like $20, and I think they got in on the 20% off or something like that. But yeah, that's a great buy for that buyer. This is a cool book in good condition. You know, early 10-cent, not super early. This is going to be the either very end of the Golden Age or very beginning of the Silver Age. You see that it has the code, right? The comic book code. And the way I do it is anything with the comic code, I consider Silver Age. I don't care if it's 10-cent or what it says up here. Once the comic code came in was the beginning of the Silver Age. I don't go by the price, it being price changes. And then the last thing, actually not the last thing, the last thing on this pick list was Karn's Bastion. This is Magic the Gathering cards. Magic the Gathering is very, very profitable. We do not sell a lot of Magic the Gathering on eBay, not because we can't, because we don't. We have a very thriving singles business here in Port Jervis, New York, and only when we have like a crazy amount. So these were crazy amount of cards do we throw them up on eBay. So these were a giveaway. After a certain amount of months, you're allowed to sell them. These were quite some time ago. So a play set is 4, and so they got 4 for $12. How I package them up, I do 2 cards back to back. The backs of the cards I put against each other, and they go right in this penny sleeve. Well, that's a tight penny sleeve. And then into a hard plastic. And then once I have both of them done, they go into a mini bubble mailer. And then the last sale we had was actually 3 sales. I had 3 auctions up, some decent books, some key issues. So instead of throwing them up for a buy it now, I figured I hadn't done an auction in a while. I'd try some auctions. So first, Son of Satan #1. This also came out of that She-Hulk collection. And this is the first solo of Hellstrom, and that show just hit the air. Characters seems to be, show's pretty cool, but character seems to be different than he's portrayed in Marvel. Like most of the comic book movies, they're not exactly how they're portrayed in the book. Then Moon Knight #1, another important key. There's a lot of talk about Moon Knight getting a show. This is not his first appearance or even his first solo. This is the Volume 2. This is the Mark Spector run where he's not only the Moon Knight, but he's also a billionaire, a mercenary, and a cab driver. So, yeah. But, Sienkiewicz cover, very cool book. So the Son of Satan sold for $25. The Moon Knight, $32.55. I was hoping to get like $50 for the Moon Knight. I think that's probably like where it should be. But put it for auction, that's what you get. And then X-Men 266. The disputed Gambit first appearance. Now everybody's saying the first appearance is in a book, in an annual or something like that, and that's fine. But the money's this book is the money, whether it's his real first appearance or his cameo. His cameo was the other book, or however they want to say. This is the money. This sold for $124. That's all going out to one buyer. So I'll package that all up. I use. I'm very, very happy with these. These are Gemini comic mailers. We're not sponsored. I wish we were. But yeah, the Gemini comic mailers, very similar to the ones I was getting from, they just fold in like that, and then there's have spots where you can fold them over. It works really, really well. But that's not all I do. Once that's done, and I have mailed them out exactly just in that and sent them out. But recently I talked to a few of my buddies. I haven't had any complaints, by the way, but I talked to a few of my buddies who do a lot of shipping, and they're like, yeah, you really should put that in a bubble mailer, just in case there might be a way of some dampness or liquid getting inside if it was raining out and it was left out or something at the post office. I actually think the post office does a great job. I haven't had any complaints about shipping. So I don't know, all the talk that's going on, I take it with a grain of salt because I haven't had any problems. But what I've started doing is after I put it in the comic mailer, it then goes into a large bubble mailer. And once that's done, it gets in the mail. Anything over $50, if the person paid for shipping, I will put insurance on it for free. Protects me and it protects the buyer, and I think that's really smart. I haven't had to make any claims, so I don't know how well it works, but I've started using the eBay. I don't know if it's eBay that's insuring it or they're using a third party, but the ShipSurance rather than the USPS. I have had to try to get the USPS insurance, and it was very difficult. And I actually ended up giving up because my time was way more valuable than what I would have gotten back, and I just let it go. So I'm trying this other one, and basically it's you know, I'll try it. If that isn't worth my time either, then I just won't insure anything anymore. And then if it goes bad, it goes bad. A lot of people put it on the buyer when they have a shipping problem. You know, you paid for the insurance, that person makes the claim. I don't think that's fair. I'm a business. I'll make the claim for it, and I'll make it right whatever way I can if I can. If not, they can return it, and I'll give them their full refund. So that's it. That's everything we sold for this weekend. Thanks for watching. I want to put a really good shout out for all my subscribers to go out and look at Comic Geezers on YouTube. They gave me a great shout out. They came by the shop and bought some comics. And they have a good show. I started watching it, and they got a cool collection. They're going through their collection and showing the books they have. Kirk recently showed 1 through 25 of X-Men, the original X-Men 1 through 25, and he had a couple dupes. That's crazy great. And you're not going to see it like in a lot of the different shows. So just go over there to Comic Geezers. I'm going to put a link hopefully in the description so you can jump over there. Great bunch of guys, and they love comics like I love comics, man, and I can't support that enough. And I really appreciate them coming by and supporting the shop by buying some books. You know what? Keep reading comics.